Yeah, hi. Shake it out. Shake it out. Okay. Hey. Eclectic Soul channel. Guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I know I always say in my videos how nice it is outside. It's a gorgeous day outside, and it's kind of gorgeous outside. It's not very sunny. It's kind of cloudy, but it's not like raining, which it has been for like ever. It's about 70 to 80 something out there. If you guys have been here before, I want to officially welcome you back to the channel. Thanks for sticking with me and for joining me on this fun random train that I'm on. And if you guys are new here, I want to officially welcome you to the channel. Welcome to the Soulful fam. I'm glad you guys decided to join me. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed, and turn on your notification bell so you know every time I make a new post. Kind of in a weird mood today, honestly. I don't know where it came from. I only had 1 cup of coffee today. I switched to tea to kind of mellow out. Spoiler, it's not working. Here we are. So, I want to welcome you guys to another rendition of a Soulful Chat. Now, if you guys have not seen my trailer, I wanted you guys to go watch my trailer. I kind of explain a little bit more of how my channel works, how we roll around here, what Soulful Chats are, and other kind of content I provide here. So I post weekly discussion style, lifestyle / mostly spiritual topics onto this channel in the form of Soulful Chat. So it's just like we're, you know, hanging out, chilling over usually coffee, but I went for tea today. Talk about like spirituality topics. Like my last video you guys might have seen was talking about spiritual awakenings and other spiritual content. Well, we also like to do lifestyle content on here, and I thought we'd kind of dabble into the lifestyle content today and talk about procrastination motivation. Talking about what procrastination is, which I'm pretty sure you know what procrastination is, why we procrastinate, and I kind of want to give you a little my kind of insight to pros and cons of procrastination. And of course I want to give you guys some motivational tips, because you know, as I love to sit and chat about a topic with somebody, I'm kind of a practical person. I like to put things that I learn about or that I talk about with some, you know, tips that we could use. So I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a practicality aspect to this video and give you guys some motivational tips as well. Let's get into it, shall we? So first of all, let's talk about what is procrastination. I don't really need to go into a definition of what procrastination is. I feel like we all know what procrastination is. You've heard it, you've done it. It's like a universal thing, I feel like, you know, is you wait until the last minute to do something that needs to be done, or you put things off and you do something else instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing. So project that you're needing to get done, it's due by Friday, but it's Wednesday and you're still you know, scrolling through your email or scrolling through Facebook, kind of leaving it off and you're not getting it done. And say you go to school and you have a term paper due that's due on Monday and Sunday night, and you're like, oh, I haven't even started. Been there, done that. Procrastinated once or twice or a million times in our lives, like myself. We either get distracted or, you know, something just seems really daunting and you don't want to touch it, and you just no, you know, really, really hard not to procrastinate at work. I mean, I have honestly done it once or twice in life, but it's never been so far that I couldn't get something done. Now that you know what procrastination is, why don't we figure out the why? Why do we procrastinate? Why? What are the reasons that we procrastinate? Why do you procrastinate at times? Why do I procrastinate? You know, I think there's so many different reasons. Reason why we procrastinate is we just feel unmotivated. You know, say, you know, you just don't feel motivated. What you're doing doesn't excite you. It doesn't inspire you. It doesn't encourage encourage you, or any of those kind of adjectives that you could throw in there. You know, you just don't feel motivated. Like, so when you're excited about a project, you're motivated to work on it. You want to work on it as much as you can. But you know, when you're working on something for so long, it can kind of die down and you lose that motivation, you lose that inspiration. Kind of a lack of a why are you doing what you're doing, like a lack of the why. Personally, I know I procrastinate because I forgot, or maybe I didn't establish, why am I doing this thing? Why am I working on this project? Why am I doing this thing? Why do I want to do it? Like, what's the benefit for me? What am I actually wanting? To a million different whys is why you're doing a project at work, because, you know, you're getting paid to do things. It's like a reason why we might procrastinate is we just didn't really establish as to why we're doing the project or task or goal or whatever you're doing, or you just forgot. Why are you doing it? To another reason for procrastination is just overwhelm. Like, just being overwhelmed. You got a lot on your plate. You know, maybe this project you're working on is just really humongous. It's got a lot of extra steps to it, or a lot of like subtasks to it, and it just seems like this huge thing that you just don't even know how you're going to get done, because there's so much that goes to it. Too much going on, and I'm so stressed out, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to think about it. Like, I think another reason for procrastination, or why we procrastinate, is definitely not knowing when to start. You know, like, say, kind of going back to the overwhelmed one, like you have a really big project at work, or maybe you started this new project in your personal life, like a YouTube channel or something, and you just don't know where to start. Like, there's so much that goes to it. Or you have a big project at work, say you guys are working on a huge presentation or something, just where do you start? Like, where is the starting line? Where is the first step? Where is the first thing that we do? Another reason why I think we procrastinate, and this is definitely my number one reason as to why I procrastinate, it has been my enemy for years and years, is perfectionism. Like, I'm such a perfectionist. If you are a perfectionist like me, you know what I'm talking about. Be perfect right off the bat with a project, with a hobby, with anything that you encounter in your life. It needs to be perfect, and if I don't get it perfect, I don't want to do it. Why you procrastinate? Because you want it to be perfect right off the bat. You know, when I was starting YouTube, I wanted it to be perfect right off the bat, but you know, there's a lot that goes into YouTube, and a lot of, you know, steps that I needed to take, and I wanted it to be perfect. And then, you know, I was trying to organize it so that everything was perfect, exactly how I wanted it, and then it just kind of delayed and delayed and delayed until I actually started doing my YouTube channel. So that can go for like a presentation at work, or, you know, a hobby even. Say you really want to learn German or something, and, you know, you just be perfect, so you're just procrastinate, or whatever. Or you want your presentation to be top notch, which, I mean, it's great to have like ambition and goals and want to put out quality work, but, you know, sometimes we procrastinate, or for me personally, I procrastinate because I want it to be perfect the first go round, and it may not be. The next point as to why we procrastinate is definitely positively distractions. A huge why as to why we procrastinate. We are distracted. We're either distracted by our phones, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or distracted with texting. I definitely have gotten distracted just by texting someone. I'm supposed to be doing this thing, but somebody texts me and I want to talk to them, so I just spend all my time texting them. That's definitely a thing. Or, you know, even getting distracted with like television. I tell myself is that, oh yeah, I can edit a video and watch a movie at the same time. No. Huge reason for why we procrastinate, or why someone would procrastinate, because we're just distracted. There's something else going on where we should be focusing in. Know what procrastination is, that we procrastinate, why we procrastinate. Let's talk about some pros and cons of procrastination. Yes, there are pros. So let me first talk about the cons, because they're pretty obvious. First and foremost, you're gonna be stressed out and overwhelmed. Like, you put off that project, you put off that thing, you put off your goal, whatever. It just creates more and more of a problem, more and more less time to get your thing done, to get your task done, to get your goal done, to get your project done, to get your video edited. Kinds of things that's just gonna stress you out, and nobody likes to be stressed. You know, I think we're just stressed that kind of pushes you forward and gets your, you know, your wheels a churning. Okay to have some stress, but you don't want to be stressed out to the max where you're like ripping out your hair, heading towards breakdown, which is where I vacation too much. A lot when I procrastinate, something else comes up, and then something else comes up, and then something else comes up, and I am overwhelmed to the max. I just want to cry. I want to crawl under a cover. I just want to crawl under the covers, throw on Harry Potter, and call it a day. And then also too, it just puts more pressure on you. Project at work and you've been putting it off. It's all right. It's a safe space here. You know, you just keep putting it off. You keep putting it off, and it just puts more pressure on your shoulders. Puts more pressure on yourself. I'd say more pressure on your job, but I guess it could, you know, just depending on what you do for your job, you know. Too, like, you know, when you procrastinate, there's a con of it, you have less time to work on your goal, you know. I'm kind of a firm believer in, you know, putting your 110% up front. I mean, putting your best effort forward, you know. When you're procrastinating, you're not doing that. When you're working on a project and you procrastinate and you run out of time to get your work done, you have to scramble together and put together some project, which, I mean, that doesn't work for everyone. There's a lot of people out in the world that produce quality content when they have that pressure, like they're running on a deadline and they got to get something done like that. That's when they put out their best work, and if that works for them, awesome. But if you're someone that it doesn't work for, like myself, and you've been procrastinating, now you have an hour to get this humongous presentation done or whatever, with survival mode, you just gotta get whatever you can done. Don't give a shit about what it looks like, you know. For all this time, and I could have been producing and putting out good work. Of course, you know, less quality work if you procrastinate. You just might slap something together and put out, like, you know, less quality of work. That's definitely a thing, you know, and it's just, it's not fun to procrastinate. I think this is kind of my own personal con of, I mean, you may not feel like this when you procrastinate. Not saying that you should feel this way, but a lot of times when I procrastinate, I just feel crappy. I feel like, man, I really shouldn't have done that. I should not have waited till the last minute to get this done, because now I just feel bad because I didn't do well, or I didn't get this done, or this looks bad because I didn't put out quality work or do something that I really wanted to get done, and it makes me feel bad. Not saying that you should feel bad or that you do feel bad when you procrastinate. I mean, you might feel bad. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. I'm just saying on my personal perspective, I feel bad when I procrastinate. Now, let's talk about pros to procrastination. So I know what you're thinking. Procrastination is not a good thing. And you're right. It's not a good thing. It's not good to procrastinate, and there's really no excuse to procrastinate. If you have a big, huge project or task or whatever that you need to get done, procrastinating is a no-no, okay? However, I would like to argue that there are pros to procrastination. Hear me out. If you're someone like me who is, number one, I'm an Aries, if that tells you anything. Number two, I'm a type A kind of person. Number three, I like to consider myself pretty ambitious. I'm pretty driven, pretty ambitious. I like, for the most part, I mean, I have a task that needs to be done for the most part. Again, not saying I don't procrastinate, I definitely procrastinate just like everybody else. Sometimes I get a little too driven, and I kind of do too much, and I put too much on my plate where I just work, just not taking a freaking break. Not all the time, but for the most part, I'm just the kind of person, I just don't know. When I get rolling on something, when I get started on something, I can't slow down. There are other times when I'm doing too much and I'm just stressing myself out because I'm doing too much, that I need to procrastinate in order to take a break, take a breather, slow down. Some pros to procrastination. If you're in that kind of situation, or if you're someone like me, that you are just kind of a go kind of person, definitely a pro to procrastinating, and why I think you should procrastinate in situations like that, because you're less stressed. you're less overwhelmed. Those kinds of situations, you should procrastinate. And, you know, it's okay to watch a YouTube video. It's okay to watch a TV show. It's okay to, like, you know, read a book. It's okay to meditate. And it helps, you know, in those kinds of situations where you feel like you're just exhausted and you just need a break. And that's when you should procrastinate. Also, like, if you're someone who's like obsessed with perfectionism, or you are a perfectionist like myself, you know, having procrastination kind of lessens kind of eases that up. Like, if you really struggle with perfectionism, as I do, procrastinating and just letting yourself be for a minute and just work on something that's not a project, not work on something that's, you know, a task or whichever, like by watching TV or, you know, doing something fun. And, you know, kind of a bit of a distraction, or letting yourself getting distracted. Like, go on Facebook for a minute, you know, not all day, moment, just watching an episode or just scrolling through Facebook for 20 minutes or something. Just letting yourself procrastinate helps with the perfectionism, helps with less stress, less overwhelm, less anxiety, and not supporting procrastination, because there are times when you should not be procrastinating. You should be getting what you need to get done. That task is there, it's not going away. Times when, you know, you're doing too much, you are just working endlessly, tirelessly, you need to procrastinate because you just need a break. Thus far, we have talked about what procrastination is, that we procrastinate, why we procrastinate, the pros and cons of procrastinating. Now let's get practical. Some motivational tips to help you not procrastinate. Number one is probably one of my biggest things when I'm trying, I mean, just for me personally, when I'm trying to get myself into gear and just get my shit together, is definitely write down a goal, write down your task, write down how you're gonna get your task done. Put on a note card or what have you, write it down, and you put it somewhere that you can see it every day, whether it be on your mirror, by your door, on your forehead, wherever it may be. Write it down and put it where you can see it so that you are on task. You will need to edit this video once I'm done filming it, obviously. So, you know, if I need to edit my video, I'm going to write down my goal of that I'm going to edit this video, and, you know, write out some chunks of time through the next couple of days and sit down for an hour or two and just really focus and get this video edited and eliminate those distractions. We'll talk about that in a minute. You want to run like a mile every day or something like that, and you just keep procrastinating on it. You keep putting it off. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll run tomorrow. Whatever it may be, you know. Put that goal down. Say, hey, I'm running a mile. I want to run a mile. Here's how I'm gonna do it. And number two, kind of going back to the why. Identify the why. And if you have already identified a why, that you're doing the project, you're doing your work, doing your goal, whatever, you know, reestablish your why or reintroduce yourself to the why. So, you know, say you got a really big presentation at work, you gotta identify, there's an obvious why you're doing it, because you're getting paid to do your presentation because this is part of your job, and it needs to get done because you probably need to give it to a boss or do like a presentation or whatever it may be. Run a mile. Why do you want to do that? Like, identify why you want to do that helps you figure out why you want to run a mile. Do you want to get healthy? You want to, you know, achieve a goal of running a mile? You know, that really helps you to stay motivated to do it. Because, okay, so tip number 3, I think we're on, is finding an accountability partner. Make somebody count on you to do what you need to get done. Like a goal, like say you want to run a mile, but like you're having a hard time just like getting yourself motivated, so you tell your friend about it, or even better, your friend joins you to run the mile. So I don't want to go running today, but then Susanna's gonna be there, so I should just show up and go anyway because I don't want to let her down, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of a basic example, but like to do it on your own. You know, an app could definitely help you stay accountable. There's a couple of different apps that only pay you, like the pay you to work out, but also help you stay on top of your goals or stay on top of your projects. You know, I know you guys have heard me talk about this, website / app, and I use it religiously. It's called Asana, and it's super amazing. I will link them down below. Please go check it out. Not sponsored. I just love them that much. But that is definitely like a project-based type of app where you can organize projects and do like, and work in teams with project and collab with others on your project. And that's definitely something that you can use with accountability. So tip number 4 is kind of weird. Go with me on here, okay? So find a motivational item, like a thing, preferably a physical thing that you can do with, or I don't know, depending on what the thing is, that makes you feel motivated. What helps me to get motivated is if I do myself up. That sounds really weird. I'm really distracted. I'm not motivated. I'm just not getting anything done. I'm procrastinating. Sometimes I will turn off my TV and I will get dressed in fancy clothes and maybe put on some makeup. I mean, not go full like, you know, makeup, but you know, kind of put on some makeup, maybe put on some foundation or something to kind of say, hey, it's time to get down to business. Sitting on high heels and feeling motivated while doing so. It's a weird thing, I know, but it works. I swear to God. Okay, tip number 5 is creating a vision board. I don't know if you're a visual person like me, but sometimes in order for me to get motivated is to see it. Now, I know that's kind of weird to make a vision board for like work or something, but say you're working on a goal. Say you want to start drinking water every day. Go, you know, create a vision board. Put like pictures of water on there. Get cutouts of magazines and do a collage. Remember those? Help you with your staying motivated in general in life. See, what do you want out of your life? What do you want to do as far as your goals, your habits, or you know, how do you want your lifestyle to look like? Say you really want to start eating healthy. You want to start working out. You want to start doing yoga. You want to start meditating more. You want to start drinking more water, getting better sleep. All these you just want a more healthier lifestyle. Then create a vision board. Like, put all the things that you want for your lifestyle or for your whatever, you know, and so you can see it every day and say, okay, that's what I need to be working on, and that's going to help me not procrastinate, because that's what I want to achieve. That's what I'm going towards, and that's what I'm going to get to. Number 6 is seeking out inspirational material. It could be like watching inspiring music videos, YouTube videos, and listening to inspiring music, watching an inspiring TV show. Some TV shows inspire me, honest. Reading inspirational material, like reading a chapter of like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Convoy. You know, help you to get motivated and help you like, okay, yeah, I want to work on my goals. Yeah, like I feel the vibe, man. I feel ready to go. Let's work on these goals. Let's get this stuff done. However, a little disclaimer, you know, while it's good to like get into the inspirational content, don't spend all day there, because then you're just fighting fire with fire. You're procrastinating on procrastinating. You know, take as much as you need, but don't spend all day there. Number 7, eliminate distractions. Get them out of here. Turn it off, shut it down, get it out of your sight. Gone. Turn off Facebook, turn off Instagram, turn off Twitter, turn off Snapchat, turn off your TV, turn off your phone, turn off anything. Get rid of anything that would distract you and keep you from being focused and motivated to get what you need to get done. Finally, presently, 8th and final motivational tip is simple. It's an ad slogan. It just needs to be said. Sometimes you just need to tell yourself to just do it. Quit thinking about it. Quit organizing it. Quit worrying about it. Just do it. Forget everything else and just start and get it done. I'm sorry. Little tips that I have to kind of help you get out of your procrastination rut, to help you not procrastinate, all of that kind of fun stuff. And now I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about procrastination? or motivation, or tips to help combat procrastination or to help you get motivated. What's your motivational item that helps you feel like your 100% self? What do you think about the pros and the cons of procrastination? Do you think there's more to, do you think there's more pros and cons to procrastinating that I didn't really touch upon? I would love to hear you guys in the comments down below. Different video or Soulful Chat or even Fun Fridays that I do occasionally that you would guys like to see on the channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. Thanks for talking soulful chatting with me today. I'm so glad you decided to join me. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I would love to have you be a part of the Soulful fam, and we can talk about this topic and many, many more. And I will see you guys on my next video.